I'm a homeowner now, so I think that, just having the confidence that I didn't have before, I would have never thought that I would own my own home. It was an idea, but just from my background and where we came from, my parents rented my whole life. So, just to be able to own my own home, I think that they gave me the confidence that I needed to be able to do not only that, but just other things.
I'm a single mom, and I have one girl and 2 boys, and I have 4 granddaughters, and I'm housekeeper and I work in the casino, and I rent apartment for more than 70 years, and it's when I think about it, it's time for buy a house.
These comments are familiar to those who rent and are frustrated by monthly payments to a landlord. The Housing Department has a unique program for residents of public housing and Section 8, for those who have never owned a home and may need some help in getting started. It's called the Family Self-Sufficiency Program, and it's designed to assist families and individuals in becoming financially independent.
So the Family Self-Sufficiency Program, it is a program that is open to qualified public housing and Section 8 residents. It basically is an employment program, is what it is. And somebody can voluntarily decide that they want to enter the program, and they'll work with a case manager. They will develop training, education, and/or employment goals. We have over 60 supportive services agencies that work with us, and those agencies help people eliminate any barriers to their success. We also work with them to work on financial management and to actually build wealth. The real incentive of the program is the fact that they can develop what's called an escrow account.
When FSS program participants start earning more money, the Housing Department will increase their rent, but will put the extra money in a savings account. For example, if initially the family rent is $200 and their income increases, their rent may go up to $250. $200 would still be applied to the portion of the rent, but the extra $50 will go into the participant's savings account for 5 years.
At the end of those 5 years, that money's that residents to do as they choose. Most of our residents will purchase a home, or they'll buy a car, or they'll look at continuing further education, or maybe start their own business. So we really encourage them to learn how to build wealth for themselves and not to become dependent on government funds.
Venetia is a single mother of 4. She did her own research and learned about the scatter sites and the FSS program and waited for a call.
But they called me back. They said they had a house available to rent, and it was through their scattered sites program, and it was income-based. So I moved in. My rent lowered down to $600 a month. So I reached out to the flyer that I had received in the mail for the Family Self-Sufficiency Program. I reached out and I said, how do I start? What do I need to do? I came in, I met with one of the counselors there, and she gave me a goal plan, and we went from there. So it took me about 1.5 years to save the money. But I think one of the main things that I learned through the program was just responsibility. Just taking ownership, for your own actions, for your own finances, learning how to save, learning how to budget. So they taught us a lot of things that made us responsible people.
Olga Butterhouse wanted out of her apartment and sought help with the City Housing Department.
I asked for information. I say, I don't know, but I wanna buy a house. So it's when Alejandra, she said, I have information for you, and I have a flyers, and we talked a little bit. Then she gave me the appointment for giving more information.
So who qualifies for this program?
They have to be living in either public housing or Section 8. They have to meet the criteria to be in one of those programs. So that's an income criteria. In order to be in Family Self-Sufficiency, they also need to be able to legally work in the U.S. And we have not only single moms, we've had single dads go through the program. We've had couples, families that are in our program will go through the program. And so, and they have to want to be a part of it's a voluntary program. They have to want to participate in the program. They have to have a work employment goal.
The process to enroll in this program is easy.
So what somebody would do is they'd call in and say, hey, I'm interested in being in the Family Self-Sufficiency Program. They'll meet with a caseworker who will do an assessment. They'll sign a contract of participation. So they do sign a contract. They enter into a contract for 5 years that at the end of 5 years that they are going to agree to go off of state assistance. and they will work with that caseworker the entire time that they are in the program. Unless, of course, things change. You know, sometimes people do leave their jobs and we bring in a new caseworker, but we do work with them on introducing them to a new caseworker. The caseworkers really work and identify what are their barriers. You know, well, what do they need? What's keeping them from working? So it may be things like maybe they need childcare. Maybe they need transportation. Maybe somebody needs a certification program, you know. Maybe they're working on a degree and they start out with just getting their GED. They don't have their high school diploma, so we have GED programs. They come in and they enter the GED program. Then they may decide that they want to go on to a community program, a community college program, a training program, or we've even had some people that have gone on and gotten their master's in social work. So we've had people that are in all different realms of what they want to do.
Venetia is just one example of how the program can turn people's lives around.
So Venetia entered the program very motivated. She actually already had a good job, but she decided she liked the social service field. So she had gotten her bachelor's in social work and was working on her master's. We have a partnership with ASU School of Social Work where we accept interns into the program. So she came in as an intern, which was really great. It gave us a lot of ability to work with her to see the program in action, but she also is a great role model for people coming into the program. So she completed her master's in social work, and we've hired her right now part-time and hope to see that we can eventually hire her full-time. The benefits of the program is it does help our resident realize their dreams. I think sometimes we get in families, parents, single moms, single dads that feel like they're struggling on a day-to-day basis. The program actually helps them recognize that they can get training, they can get education, they can move beyond anything above a minimum wage so they earn a living wage. And then we help them understand how they build wealth, how they manage their money, how they take care of their money. Something else that happens with our participants is they can also, in addition to their escrow account, they can open up what's called an individual development account. So they put in savings, and then that savings account has a 3-to-1 match.
This program literally has not only changed Venetia's life, but her children's as well.
Yeah, I think it's inspired them. You know, when we first started this journey, I was still in school. You know, we were still kind of living paycheck to paycheck. But now that we've learned how to budget, I've graduated, I think that the kids, they kind of look up to me, you know, and everybody kind of wants that from their kids. You know, you think, am I getting through to them? Are they listening? But I think that even my partner, he just recently decided to go back to school. So I think that, you know, it's just been an inspiration to the people around me to see that, you know, if she can do it, we can do it too, you know, just to make those right decisions to get you in the position that you want to be in. And we all need help sometimes, so I don't think it's anything to be ashamed of, but I think just understanding and taking that help when it's offered to you is really important.
And some final words of advice from Venetia.
You control your own destiny. You know, take that leap of faith. You can do it. You can do anything that you want to do. They tell you as a kid, you can be whatever you want to be, you can do whatever you want to do. And I think as adults, we forget that.